Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're different? Like you don't quite fit into the mold of what society expects? Maybe you've been through challenges that seem almost unfair, yet they've shaped you into someone stronger, more aware, more awake. If this resonates with you, it's not a coincidence. You're one of the chosen ones. You're here for a reason, carrying a purpose that's bigger than yourself. But with this calling comes responsibility, and part of that responsibility is knowing what not to share. Yes, there are spiritual secrets that you must guard with your life, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Because these truths are sacred, they're powerful. And when shared carelessly, they can be diluted, misunderstood, or even used against you. Before we dive in, let me clarify something. Being a chosen one doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. It doesn't mean you're excluded from life's struggles. In fact, it's often the opposite. Chosen ones tend to face more challenges, more tests, because their path is one of transformation. Their purpose is to awaken, to heal, and to lead others toward the light. And that's no easy task. But here's the thing: when you carry this kind of power, not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will support you. And not everyone should have access to the deepest parts of your soul.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
The first secret you must never share is your spiritual breakthroughs. Think about it. When you have a profound realization, when you connect with the divine in a way that shifts your entire being, it can feel natural to want to share it with others. You want them to see what you see, to feel what you feel. But here's the hard truth: not everyone is ready to hear it. Not everyone will understand. And when you share a sacred moment with someone who isn't ready, their doubt, judgment, or skepticism can diminish its power. It's like planting a delicate seed in rocky soil. It simply won't grow. High-level spiritual truths are meant to be protected, nurtured within you until they're fully integrated. Once you've embodied the lesson, you'll naturally share it, not with words, but with your energy, your actions, your presence. So, ask yourself, are you sharing your breakthroughs to inspire, or are you seeking validation for your experience? The answer matters. The second secret you must guard is your spiritual practices. Now, I'm not saying you can't talk about meditation, journaling, or breathwork, but your personal rituals, the ones that connect you directly to the divine, are sacred. They're tailored to your unique energy, your unique path. When you share them casually, you risk opening them up to energies that don't align with their purpose. Imagine giving someone a key to your home without knowing their intentions. Would you feel safe? Your spiritual practices are the keys to your inner sanctuary, and not everyone can be trusted with them. Protect them as you would protect your peace. But it goes even deeper. The third secret you must never share is your spiritual calling. You know, that deep inner knowing of why you're here. Maybe you felt it since you were a child, or maybe it's something that's only recently come to light. Either way, your purpose is sacred, and it's still unfolding. When you share it prematurely, you risk exposing it to energies that can interfere with its development, energies like doubt, envy, or even manipulation. Not everyone will celebrate your calling. Some will question it, others may try to steer you off course, and some may even project their fears onto you. Remember, your purpose isn't a performance, it's a journey. Let it grow in the quiet spaces of your heart until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Now, let me ask you something. Why do you think chosen ones are often misunderstood? Why do they feel the need to explain themselves, to justify their path? It's because deep down, we all crave connection. We want to be seen, to be understood. But here's the paradox: the more you evolve spiritually, the less others will understand you. And that's okay. Your path isn't meant to be understood by everyone. It's meant to inspire, to heal, to awaken. But in order to do that, you must first honor its sacredness. The fourth secret you must never share is your spiritual protection methods. As a chosen one, you're a light in a world that often feels dark, and light attracts both admiration and resistance. There are energies out there, both seen and unseen, that will challenge you, test you, and in some cases, try to harm you. This isn't to scare you, it's simply the nature of duality. High vibrational beings often face opposition because their presence disrupts the status quo. Your spiritual protection methods, whether it's prayer, visualization, or working with specific tools, are your armor. Sharing them with the wrong person can weaken their effectiveness or even invite unwanted attention. So, keep them private. Let them be your sacred shield. Finally, the fifth secret you must never share is your spiritual struggles. This one may surprise you because we're often told that vulnerability is strength, and it is. But there's a difference between sharing from a place of empowerment and sharing from a place of seeking. When you're in the midst of a spiritual struggle, whether it's doubt, fear, or confusion, you're in a vulnerable state. Sharing it with the wrong person, someone who may not understand or who may project their own fears onto you, can amplify your struggle. It can create more confusion, more doubt. High vibrational people know when to seek support and when to turn inward. Sometimes the answers you're looking for can only be found within. So, why are these secrets so important to keep? Because your spiritual path is sacred. It's a direct connection between you and the divine, and not everyone is meant to be part of that conversation. By protecting these secrets, you're not being secretive, you're being wise. You're honoring the sacredness of your journey. And in doing so, you're creating space for your light to shine even brighter. So now that we've explored the 5 spiritual secrets you must never share, let's dive into why this secrecy is so vital and how you can protect your energy as a chosen one. Because here's the truth: being chosen isn't just about carrying a purpose, it's about safeguarding the energy and wisdom that come with it. You're not just walking a spiritual path, you're walking it with light in a world that often feels heavy. And that light, your essence, is precious. It has the power to heal, inspire, and transform, but only if you protect it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how drained you feel after sharing something deeply personal with the wrong person? Maybe they didn't understand, or worse, they dismissed it, judged it, or mocked it. That's not a coincidence. Energy is real, and when you share something sacred with someone who isn't ready to receive it, you're not just speaking words, you're transferring energy. And when that energy isn't respected, it can feel like a part of you is being taken or diminished. Protecting your energy begins with discernment. Not everyone is meant to have access to you. Some people are drawn to your light because they want to bask in it, but they're not willing to honor or nurture it. Others may unconsciously project their shadows onto you, trying to dim your light because it highlights the areas in their own lives they're unwilling to face. And then there are those who simply don't understand your path, and their lack of understanding can create doubt within you. This isn't about judging others, it's about recognizing that not everyone is in the same place spiritually, and that's okay. Your job isn't to convince or explain, it's to protect and embody your truth. One of the most practical ways to protect your energy is by setting boundaries, not just physical boundaries, but energetic ones. Boundaries are not walls, they're filters. They allow in what aligns with your highest good and keep out what doesn't. For example, if someone constantly drains your energy with negativity or criticism, it's okay to limit your interactions with them. You don't owe anyone access to your energy, especially if it comes at the cost of your peace. Boundaries are an act of self-love, and as a chosen one, self-love is non-negotiable. Because when your cup is full, your light shines brighter, and you can serve your purpose more effectively. But boundaries aren't just about saying no to others, they're also about saying yes to yourself. This means prioritizing your spiritual practices, even when life gets busy. It means creating sacred space for yourself, whether it's through meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. These practices aren't luxuries, they're lifelines. They ground you, recharge you, and reconnect you with your higher self. And when you're connected to your higher self, you become unshakable. The noise of the world can't distract you, and the doubts of others can't derail you. Another powerful way to protect your energy is through cleansing. Just as your physical body needs regular care, so does your energetic body. Every interaction, every conversation, every environment you step into leaves an imprint on your energy field. Some of these imprints are light, uplifting, and supportive. Others are heavy, draining, and disruptive. High vibrational beings often act like sponges, absorbing the energies around them, which is why cleansing is so important. This can be as simple as taking a salt bath, spending time in nature, or using tools like sage, crystals, or sound healing. The method doesn't matter as much as the intention behind it. When you cleanse your energy, you're not just releasing what doesn't serve you, you're reclaiming your power. But here's an even deeper truth: protecting your energy isn't just about what you keep out, it's about what you let in. What are you feeding your mind, your heart, your soul? Are you surrounding yourself with people, environments, and media that uplift you? Or are you consuming things that lower your vibration? As a chosen one, you're highly sensitive to energy, and what you consume directly affects your state of being. This doesn't mean you have to live in a bubble, but it does mean being intentional about what you allow into your space. Choose books, music, conversations, and experiences that align with your higher self. Choose nourishment over noise. Choose light over distraction. Now, let me ask you another question. How often do you check in with yourself? Not just physically, but energetically. The pace of modern life can pull you away from your center, leaving you feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or disconnected. But high vibrational beings thrive when they're grounded, present, and aligned. So, make it a habit to pause throughout your day and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Where is my energy going? Am I in alignment with my purpose? These simple questions can bring you back to your center and help you course correct before you drift too far off track. And finally, remember this: protecting your energy isn't just about self-preservation, it's about service. When you protect your energy, you're not only honoring yourself, you're also honoring the people you're here to serve. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't shine your light if it's constantly being dimmed. By safeguarding your energy, you're ensuring that you have the strength, clarity, and focus to fulfill your purpose as a chosen one. As a chosen one, you carry within you a silent power, a divine authority that comes from walking a path of spiritual awakening and alignment. But here's the paradox: the more powerful you become spiritually, the more humility is required to wield that power wisely. It's not about suppressing your strength or downplaying your role. It's about understanding that your power is not yours alone, it's a gift, a responsibility, and a trust. And balancing this power with humility is one of the greatest challenges you'll face on your journey. Let's start with the question: how do you view power? Is it something you seek to control, or is it something you allow to flow through you? The truth is, spiritual power isn't about control. It's not about imposing your will or proving your worth. It's about alignment. When you're aligned with your higher self and the divine, power becomes effortless. It's not something you take, it's something you embody. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are and why you're here. It's the ability to influence, inspire, and heal without needing recognition or validation. But here's where humility comes in. The moment you start to see yourself as better or above others because of your spiritual journey, you lose the very essence of what makes you chosen. Being chosen isn't about status, it's about service. It's about using your gifts to uplift others, not to elevate yourself. True power is humble. It doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't seek attention. It simply is. Think of the sun, it doesn't boast about how brightly it shines, yet its light nurtures all life. That's the kind of power you're called to embody. Now, let me ask you something deeper. When you think of your spiritual gifts, do you see them as yours, or do you see them as something you've been entrusted with? This distinction is crucial. Your gifts, whether it's your intuition, your ability to heal, your insight, or your ability to inspire, are not possessions. They're tools the universe has given you to fulfill your purpose. And like any tool, they must be used with care and intention. Misuse them, and they can harm. Neglect them, and they can fade. Honor them, and they can transform lives. One of the most practical ways to balance humility and power is through self-awareness. Pay attention to your ego. The ego isn't inherently bad, it's a part of being human. But left unchecked, it can distort your perception of yourself and your role. For example, when others praise you for your wisdom or your light, how do you respond internally? Do you feel pride? Do you feel pressure to live up to their expectations? Or do you feel gratitude for being a vessel of something greater? The ego thrives on comparison and attachment, but humility thrives on gratitude and detachment. The more aware you are of your ego, the more you can choose to operate from a place of humility rather than entitlement. Another way to stay grounded in humility is to remember your own humanity. Yes, you are chosen, but you are also human. You are not immune to mistakes, doubts, or struggles. In fact, it's often through your struggles that you gain the wisdom and compassion needed to guide others. Being chosen doesn't mean you have all the answers, it means you're willing to seek them. It means you're willing to learn, grow, and evolve. So when you face challenges, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Every experience, no matter how difficult, is part of your spiritual training. And when you embrace your humanity, you give others permission to embrace theirs. But let's take this deeper. Balancing humility and power isn't just about how you see yourself, it's also about how you interact with others. As a chosen one, people will look to you for guidance, wisdom, and inspiration. Some will even place you on a pedestal, seeing you as a source of answers and solutions. This can be a heavy burden if you don't set clear boundaries. Remember, your role is not to fix others or to carry their struggles for them. Your role is to empower them to find their own light. True leadership is about lifting others up, not making them dependent on you. This is where discernment becomes essential. Not everyone who seeks your guidance is ready to receive it, and not every situation requires your intervention. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back and allow others to find their own path. This isn't about withholding your gifts, it's about using them wisely. It's about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to let go. Trust that the universe is guiding each person on their journey, just as it's guiding you. Let me give you something practical to reflect on when you interact with others. Ask yourself, Am I speaking from my ego or my higher self? Am I here to prove something? Or am I here to serve? This simple practice can transform the way you show up in the world. It keeps you aligned with your purpose and ensures that your power is always rooted in love, not fear or pride. Finally, remember this: humility and power are not opposites, they're two sides of the same coin. True power comes from humility, and true humility comes from understanding your power. You are both a student and a teacher, both a seeker and a guide. Embrace this duality. Let it keep you grounded in your humanity while allowing your divinity to shine. Because when you balance humility with power, you become unstoppable, not in a forceful way, but in a way that inspires, uplifts, and transforms. As a chosen one, the journey you walk is both sacred and challenging. It's easy to feel out of place in a world that thrives on distraction, superficiality, and noise. At times, you may even feel the pull to abandon your path altogether, to fit into the mold society has crafted for you, or to silence your light so you can blend in. But let me remind you of something important: you weren't chosen to fit in. You were chosen to stand out. You're here to walk a path that few are brave enough to take, a path that demands not just faith but also fierce alignment with your divine purpose. So, how do you stay aligned in a world that seems designed to pull you away from your truth? How do you stay connected to your higher self when distractions and doubts constantly try to undermine your progress? The answer lies in choosing your purpose every single day. Alignment isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily practice, a commitment to live in harmony with the deepest truths of your soul. Let me ask you something: when was the last time you truly paused and asked yourself, am I living in alignment with my purpose? Not just going through the motions, not just doing what feels comfortable, but really living as the truest version of yourself. It's a question that demands honesty because alignment requires constant course correction. Life has a way of pulling us off track through obligations, fear of judgment, or even our own self-doubt. But the beauty of alignment is that it's never too late to return to it. No matter how far you've strayed, you can always find your way back to your purpose. One of the most powerful ways to stay aligned is by cultivating stillness. In a world that constantly demands your attention, stillness is a revolutionary act. It's in the quiet moments when the noise of the world fades away that you can hear the whispers of your soul. These whispers hold the answers to your deepest questions, the guidance you need to move forward. But you can't hear them if you're constantly distracted. This is why practices like meditation, breathwork, or even simply spending time in nature are so vital for chosen ones. They create the space for you to reconnect with your inner truth. But stillness alone isn't enough. You must also take inspired action. Alignment isn't just about knowing your purpose, it's about living it. It's about taking the steps, no matter how small, that move you closer to the life you're meant to live. This might mean saying no to things that no longer serve you, even if they're comfortable. It might mean stepping into roles that feel scary but are necessary for your growth. It might mean speaking your truth, even when it's inconvenient or unpopular. Whatever it looks like for you, know this: your purpose is in the doing. It's in the way you show up, the choices you make, and the energy you bring to everything you do. That said, staying aligned also means learning to navigate the inevitable challenges that come with walking a spiritual path. Let's be honest, being a chosen one isn't always easy. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, moments when the world feels heavy, moments when you wonder if the sacrifices are worth it. In these times, you must remember why you started. Why did you choose this path? What is the vision that keeps you going? Hold on to that vision like a lifeline. let it anchor you when the waves of doubt and distraction try to pull you under. And let's not forget the importance of community. While your journey is deeply personal, it's not one you have to walk alone. Surround yourself with people who understand your path, who uplift you, who challenge you to grow. These are the souls who will remind you of your light when you forget, who will hold space for you when you need it most. Community doesn't have to be large, it only needs to be intentional. Even one or two people who see you for who you truly are can make all the difference. Now, here's a deeper truth. Staying aligned with your purpose doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. It doesn't mean you won't fall or feel lost at times. But alignment isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about continually choosing to return to your truth, no matter how many times you stray. Every step you take, even the missteps, is part of your journey. Every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome, is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. So, let me leave you with this: you are here for a reason. Your light matters. Your purpose matters. The world may try to distract you, discourage you, or convince you that your path isn't worth it, but don't let it. Stay anchored in your truth. Stay committed to your growth. And above all, stay aligned with the divine purpose that brought you here. Because when you do, you don't just transform your own life, you become a source of transformation for others. You become a beacon of hope, a reminder of what's possible, a living testament to the beauty of walking the path of the chosen. Now, the question is, will you choose your purpose again today?